Whatever became of the man of tomorrow in the dark dystopian future state? Well, let's hop into the pages of Future State Superman Worlds of War issue number 1 and find out together, shall we? So then, as we join the comic, we're in Smallville, once quaint, quiet little town in middle America, which in this future has actually become a horribly soulless tourist trap. Yes, it would seem once people found out that Superman was Clark Kent, and then Superman seemingly disappeared sometime in the past, wayward souls from all over the world began drifting to this place looking for some kind of answers, including our ride-along POV character for the piece. Now, while some people have come here with good intentions, trying to figure out how the world makes sense anymore without a Superman in it, plenty of other people are here for more duplicitous means, selling bootleg Superman merch, and at least one religious cult that's treating Clark Kent's old homework as if it was some sort of religious text with hidden secret meanings behind it. And as someone who works online, this still isn't the dumbest cult I've ever heard about. It should also be noted too that this story takes place after the events of Superman in Metropolis, so given the fact that as far as the world is concerned, Superman's only son John has stolen all of Metropolis, it means that people are A, extra on edge than ever before, and also B, missing Superman more than ever before. Sadie, our POV character, eventually finds her way to a big drum circle wherein people who were saved by Superman all swap stories about the impact he had on their lives and also where they think he could be now. Everyone has their own deeply involved theory. Maybe Superman died, maybe he retired, maybe Superman ascended to a higher level of being, maybe Superman went to another universe that needed him more, maybe Superman was never really human but a shape-changing alien, maybe there's a lot more Kryptonians out there in the universe that they need to be scared of. These are all very cool little panels, especially because you can tell the art team was told just to go nuts and paint some really amazing pictures, and indeed they do. Sadie, who we discover actually lived in Gotham for a little bit before returning to Metropolis before it got stolen, really takes no solace in any of these stories. In fact, she can't shake the feeling that all these people have Superman totally wrong. That they've all spent too much time worshipping his amazing powers and his amazing feats without thinking of the fact that, well, he was still a guy, a normal person who lived an Earth life and had parents. As far as Sadie's concerned, it was Clark Kent who saved her, not Superman. And because this is a discourse about superheroes, and even when you're talking about superheroes in comics, there needs to be that one lone asshole. No, actually, Superman was the best because he had the best powers ever. Your argument is invalid. Which, after getting super-splained, Sadie decides it's probably time to take her leave right now before eventually seeing a shooting star up in the sky. This, of course, begs the question, where is Superman? Surely he would never have abandoned the Earth willingly, right? Well, yeah, he didn't. Turns out he's a gladiator stuck on Mongul's Warworld. How did he get here? How will he be able to get out? Where did his super pants go? Well, I guess we'll have to read the next issue to find out, huh? But because this is a Future State book, we're not done yet, as we have a number of interesting backup stories to sink our teeth into. The first one involves Mr. Miracle. This story actually picks up where the Superman of Metropolis backup left off. I incorrectly said that this was a new Mr. Miracle, when in fact it was the other Mr. Miracle. Scott-free's apprentice from the 70s, Shiloh Norman. Shiloh ends up finding their way to Warworld as well, before eventually finding themselves out in the deep dark blackness of space. Oops. The second story is actually my personal favorite because it involves the Midnighter, everyone's favorite Batman-adjacent Wildstormer. This story comes to us courtesy of Becky Cloonan, and oh boy, is it bloody. Midnighter is also on Warworld too, but he ends up quickly getting distracted by a plot involving the creation of a brand new element similar to kryptonite that would end up poisoning other races, not just Kryptonians. In fact, in a nice bit of continuity, they even name-drop that weird new element that brain cells had created over in the Superman of Metropolis book, if you had read that. And naturally, because no story about the Midnighter would be complete without people wondering, hey, what about his husband and lover Apollo? Well, he's here too, and it seems that he is also involved in this new plot. And then finally, the third story is all about the newest version of the Black Racer, a young woman named Tanda. I like her costume because it's totally reminiscent of the original Black Racer design while also being new in space age. That's really all I gotta say about that. And so that was Future State Superman Worlds of War issue number 1, everybody, and I gotta say, Philip Kennedy Johnson did a pretty good job subverting my expectations. I think we all assumed that we were gonna get Superman by way of World War Hulk, and while indeed that's an aspect of the story, the real meat and potatoes of it just deals with what the world would be like if Superman suddenly left. There's a lot of nice, subtle religious allegories going on here, which I would expect nothing less from a guy whose big other book is something called The Last God, as well as some rather interesting and ponderous stuff about group storytelling, fandom, celebrity worship. Basically, stuff you don't get a lot of in a Superman story, and stuff that I certainly enjoyed reading. The art is really solid too, and you can tell they make a meal of all of the different pages where they get to be creative. Overall, I think I'd feel comfortable giving this one an 8.5 out of 10. This was good stuff, and I'm definitely excited to come back to it and see what happens next. Hey there everyone, Cape Joel again, and I want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. As always, if you liked what you see, be sure to like, subscribe, comment. It really helps drive engagement and helps me out too. Also, if you are a patron, which you can become for as little as $1 a month, you will get exclusive content that no one else can ever see, and you'll get to see the Comic Multiverse podcast before anyone else too. You can check out all this and more down in the description. And until next time everyone, this has been Cape Joel, and I'll see you all next time. Cheers.